To finish us up this week on the Don't Tell Mama Sports Podcast, we got to give a shout out to one of my favorite guys in the game of basketball, Bill Walton, because we lost a legend this week, Max. Let's look back at his UCLA days real quick. He won 3 straight National Player of the Year awards from 1972 to 1974. Freshmen couldn't play varsity back then, so it's not like he had a chance at 4. Okay, he won all 3 when he was there. His career averages in those 3 seasons at UCLA, 20.3 points, 15.7 boards. They only kept track of assists in his last season, 5.5, and he shot 65% from the floor in those 3 seasons. Oh, my goodness.
Nice.
UCLA was national champions in 1972 and 1973 when he was there. He was involved in an 88-game winning streak. My God. And UCLA, from 1964 to 1975, 12 seasons in there, they won 10 out of 12 championships and 7 straight. My Lord, John Wooden.
Incredible. Best coach ever is John Wooden.
Yeah. In the whole game of basketball.
I'm talking any sport, period. John Wooden is the best coach. He's the best coach ever. That's another great we'll talk about that debate. We should do that debate.
Pyramid of success, John Wooden from Indiana. Let's not sleep on that.
Went to Purdue, baby. Hell
the Boilermaker.
The Boilermaker. He played on the Boilermakers, man. How about it?
Back to Bill Walton. He was the number 1 pick in the 1974 draft. Funny story, he was out backpacking by himself, runs out of food. Okay, he runs out of food while he's backpacking, hitchhikes it 3, 4, 5 miles into town, goes to a gas station to get food. And the gas station clerk is like, "Congratulations, Bill. You know, the Blazers just picked you number 1. Congrats." Bill's just out backpacking during the draft, didn't give a shit. He was the number 1 pick, 1974 draft for the Blazers. In 1977, the Blazers won their first and only NBA title with Bill.
Wow.
He was Finals MVP that year. First and only Finals MVP. That season, he was runner-up for MVP. He averaged 18.6 points, a league-leading 14.4 rebounds, 3.8 assists, and a league-leading 3.2 blocks. My goodness.
Oh, yeah.
The next season, he comes back. He wins the MVP in 1978. 18.9 points, 13.2 boards, 5 assists, 2.5 blocks. Dominating. But unfortunately, Max, Bill missed 3 of the next 4 seasons completely. And the 1 season he did play in those 4, he only played 14 games. He played 14 games in 4 seasons. But happily, he ended up latching on with the Celtics for the 85-86 season, won 6th Man of the Year in the NBA title.
Nice. Hey, very nice.
Great finish to Bill's career. So what do you think about those numbers real quick, Max?
Outstanding. Another big man that it's going to be hard to see if we ever have a player like that. The big man has changed, right? And he was one of those guys. He was one of those big guys down low, 7 feet tall, did all his work down low.
5 assists a game. 5 assists a game.
Yeah. No.
Bill Walton, he retired in 1988 from the NBA, so you and I didn't see him play, Max. We were born in 92. We didn't see him play. So the most I know of him was from his broadcasting, mostly.
Yep.
Pac-12 games. He did a lot of NBA work. Bill Walton, so much energy when he's doing these games, so much love and passion for the game of basketball, always smiling.
Yeah.
And it comes as a huge surprise because growing up, even throughout college, his first couple years in the NBA, he had a huge lisp. He couldn't put together sentences, Max. People said they would look at their watch and it would take forever for Bill to get to a point. So I watched on ESPN, there's a documentary out called The Luckiest Guy in the World. The Luckiest Guy in the World. Go watch that. I only got to see the first part. No one's got time for 4 hours right now, but each one's an hour. I watched the first one and it was great. But they definitely talked about that lisp, and they have interviews with him from back then, and very shy and people talking for him. So I think what perseverance from Bill Walton to go from that to talking on TV for a living.
Sure, yeah.
And then also great perseverance from Bill Walton because of the injuries, the stress reactions, the fractures in his feet. because he said that the Blazers coach, Blazers training staff, Blazers front office, nobody believed that he was hurt. Nobody
Oh.
believed him. And like I said, he played 14 games within 4 seasons. Nobody believed that he was hurt. He persevered, got back, went to Boston, won a championship. I love that. Go watch The Luckiest Guy in the World if you got some time. Like I said, I only got to watch the first episode, but it was great. A quote from somebody, I can't remember who it was, but a quote was, Bill Walton got the most. Let me see here. Bill Walton got the most out of every moment in life. I think that's a great description for Bill. He beat to his own drum. They talked about how for a little bit, Bill believed in photosynthesis for humans, that you could survive on water, sun, and nuts. So he was trying to
Big
do that.
hippie. Oh, he's a hippie.
So he believed that for a while. There was a Portland fan that came out and said if Bill would just eat a couple steaks, he would be fine and on the court. Bill Walton was a self-proclaimed deadhead. He said he had attended over 1,000 Grateful Dead concerts. Huge Grateful Dead guy, okay? Max, I had the honor of meeting Bill Walton very briefly at the 2015 NCAA championship game between Duke and Wisconsin. Not sure if I heard him first or saw him first coming down the hall because that voice just projects now so confident. I don't know if I saw him or heard him first, but damn it, I got in front of him. I sized him up like I was taking a charge. Bill was running free down the lane, and I'm not gonna block Bill's shot, so I gotta put my body in front of him like I'm taking a charge. And of course, Big Jace was there. He made Jace look small. Back-to-back week shout outs for Jace. But great night there. Bill took a brief minute to stop and say hi to us and take a couple pictures. So shout out Bill Walton. I think he was not only one of the best players, I mean, top 50 maybe, top 50.
Okay.
MVP and 2 rings and a finals MVP. And even a better broadcaster because of the energy and the passion and the love that he brought to the game. You could just feel it coming out of him. Max, what do you think about Big Bill Walton?
Before we jump into Bill, I got to talk about these pictures, Cole Breezy, that we have that we're showing here. Cole Breezy, you sizing them up, spreading those legs out. Yeah, you could have definitely took a charge. Okay.
I was ready.
That would have been
he wasn't
going
getting by
the other
me.
way. That would have been going the other way. Those were set. Those babies were set. Showing Bill Walton. Hey, I learned from John Wooden too. I got good feet. No, man, that's awesome. That's awesome that you a day you'll probably always remember. Meeting
man.
someone like that.
Definitely.
And also, you guys have a lot in common. You're both hippies, so so that's a lot to talk about.
That's a lot to talk about.
But Bill Walton, dude, he used to telecast the Maui Invitational every Thanksgiving break. Oh my gosh, I loved listening to him on the Maui Invitational. He's has a lot to say, a lot to talk about, and you're right. He's always happy, always a good time. Even just seeing him on the beach. Wearing this Grateful Dead shirt or whatever he was wearing, or his Hawaiian shirts. He just a passionate guy. And yeah, his basketball play was outstanding, obviously, but it's basketball wasn't what described Bill Walton. It was his personality and his love. And he brought it to a lot of people. And it's a bummer. It's really sad. Rest in peace, Bill. We're going to miss you. And other than that, we lost a good one. We lost a good one, but we know he's in a better place because he's a good man. He was a good man, and yeah, that's all I got to say about Bill Walton.
Bill Walton was a legend on the court and definitely a legend off the court.